Hey guys, Fred the Nerd here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lego WALL-E. So yeah, this has been a long time coming. Finally, Lego has finally decided to actually do this set. This has been a dream of mine and many other Lego fans and WALL-E fans alike for a long time. There has been a lot of custom WALL-E made Lego sets over the years, but this is the actual official one here that we can all appreciate and enjoy. And this is probably going to be my top 5 best Lego sets that I have in my collection. I love this thing so much. But I'll do some gushing and over the actual set itself. But let's take a look at the box here. So on the front of the box here, you got Eve, you got WALL-E, and you got Mo chilling in the background, looking extremely pissed off, as always. But yeah, this is a very nice overall view of the overall set. I really like how it looks. On the side of the box here, you also got Mo with little Hal as well. Very awesome. On the back of the box here, you got some more pissed off Mo action here, and then you also got some more stuff going on here as well, and then you can also see the dimensions, some of the stuff that you can do with it, but that's spoilers, all right? The box is spoiling the rest of the review here, all right? We'll get into that, but overall, that's pretty much it for the box, so let's take a look at the actual set. So we're going to take a look at WALL-E here first, because this is such a great representation of how WALL-E looked in the film in Lego form. It looks scarily accurate to how he is, from the colors to the detail. It looks very awesome. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this guy, actually, surprisingly, because he is just a cube, and you would think that he doesn't have much articulation or any, display options that you can really do for this guy. But Lego has actually incorporated a lot of design features that allow him to do many of the things that he does in the film. For example, here, you even got his little eye moving gimmick here as well. They can move up and down. Very, very nice. He can also move his arms up, down, and can slide back and forth. And of course, his opening garbage compactor in the front here. Very nice, very nice. The only thing that doesn't work is obviously you can't push on the back here to make the cube fall out. But honestly, I don't think Lego it would have made the overall body way too big for that. And there's going to be a lot of, mechanical stuff that's going to go on in there, and it wouldn't look right. And honestly, it doesn't bother me that you can't actually push out the garbage can, because honestly, it's not really a thing that I really want, honestly. I just want WALL-E in a Lego form, and this is pretty much what I wanted him to be. What's really awesome, though, is that all these pieces, all the details from the solar panel, and the chest, and the WALL-E here as well, all these pieces are printed on. There are no stickers included, thank Christ, because stickers are so overused in Lego sets, and they peel off in like a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or two. But like and you need to take really good care of them to really get the stickers to stay on there. And even though that the stickers most of the time are displayed on flat surfaces on most Lego sets, they still peel off, and it just doesn't look that great. And especially if you misalign them, then it looks really like trashy. But thank God Lego is incorporating more printed pieces, which is honestly, I'm all here for it, and I think a lot of people are. But overall, the detail on it is very, very nice. You got this nice, like, kind of shiny metallic rust copper going on here as well. There's a lot of implications of the rust here, like on the side and on the top of his body here as well. Very, very nice. You can even see the wiring on the back of his head here. Very, very nice. It's just, it's not going to get in the way of anything as well. So it also moves very, very nice. Kind of got some nice motion with the actual wiring. It looks very, very realistic and really awesome. The eyes are adorable, obviously, because Wally has to have the most adorable eyes. And especially if you pose him correctly and use the articulation of his eyes and the ball joint at his neck, you can really get some more really expressive poses with him as well. But let's take a look at the actual articulation here. I've already mentioned the eyes moving up and down. There's a ball joint at the neck here. It can also move forward and backward, and he can look very, very far up and pretty far down as well. Very, very nice, engineering for the neck here as well, because there is a ball joint and there's also a hinge joint as well to help, make it a lot more dynamic. For the arms here, like I said, they can move forward and backward. There's a ball joint at his wrist. And his fingers are articulated as well. They're individually articulated. Very nice. They can open and close. And of course, the treads can roll. Very nice engineering and detail on the treads as well. Very, very nice. And of course, you got the opening compartment there. But before we go on to the other figures, let's take a look at the actual accessories for Wally. So the first accessory that we have is obviously the garbage cube here as well. It's got very, very, overall nice detail for it. You got some can tops, very nice, kind of vent panels here to give a more trashy look. It's very, very nice. It's very well constructed as well. And it's not just a completely cube, you got some it's not supposed to be just a solid cube. It's going to have, holes in it and stuff like that. So I'm glad that they actually included a little divot in the actual cube as well. So yeah, you can just fit it in there. It's a very nice, smooth surface, and it just fits in perfectly. So you can just put it in there as well. And then you can just close it up whenever you want. But yeah, it just slides out perfectly. You just need to tip them over. Another accessory is obviously Hal. You can't have Wally without Hal, obviously, because he's his little pet, his little buddy here. Very nice, build here, actually. It's very, very simple, but it looks like Hal with the very long antennas here and the small little body here. It looks just like Hal in a Lego form as well. And obviously, you can put Hal in his hand if you really want to. You can hold him. Or what I do is obviously put him on his little shoulder here. So I love that. It's just a nice little, display option. And obviously you can just put him on there like that. Pretty simple. And obviously the main accessory of it is, of course, the plant here. I really love how they did the boot here. I wish that the stem of the plant shot a little bit more upward a little bit, but honestly, I don't really care all that much about it because it just looks so good. The detail on the boot, the build itself is very, very accurate. It looks awesome. And obviously, of course, Wally can, in fact, hold the boot because there's just two studs on the bottom. And of course, you can just make him hold it, or you can put it in his chest if it's perfectly in there. So yeah, you can really pick and choose what you want to do with this guy. There's a lot of display options that you can do with this guy. Make him hold the plant, make him hold the trash cube, or, put whichever one you want in his chest. For display purposes, it's very, very a wider range of display options, which I really appreciate. But now I'm going to move Wally to the side here, and now we're going to take a look at his lovely partner. You thought it was going to be Eve, wasn't it? No, it's Mo. This guy has stuck with Wally through the very beginning, even though that Wally pisses him off hardcore because this man has OCD and he wants to clean everything. But man, he sticks with Wally to the very end. But yeah, Mo is just a very simple build. Very overall likeness like the character, unlike Wally, where he's got a lot of detail. And he's they're all three of these guys have very simple shapes. But Wally has a lot more detail on him because he is rustic and he is old. Where Mo and Eve, they have very, very simple shapes and very simple colors. So obviously Mo, he is just a small little white dude. Clip that if you will. But yeah, very, very nice. I really love the detail on him. You got his little bottom here, so he can stand perfectly fine. You just need to balance him correctly. He's got his little compartment here on the back here. I wish that the little, garbage collector case on the back of his back, obviously, was a little bit more bigger because in the film it is pretty large. It's just a big cube on the back. But honestly, it doesn't really bother me all that much. He's got his little kind of siren on the top of his head here. You can't, well, I mean, technically you can if you really wanted to. If you wanted to remove the siren off of his head, you can do that. If you can just, remove the top and put it on this little panel there. But honestly, I think it adds a lot more character if he does have his siren out because of his pissed off expression. Also, again, printed piece for the eyes, very nice. Mo has also got some articulation. Head is on a ball joint, so can look up that far and down that far. Basically, he can just look straight at you or look up when he's looking at WALL-E. His arms can just move up and down. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the articulation that he does in the movie anyway, so it's can't really argue too much. His little vacuum little arms thing here, they can rotate as well. They're just 3 gears pinned together with a pin, and yeah, they can in fact spin. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mo. So let's take a look at his other partner. Here is Eve, very, very nice as well. She is very tall, obviously, and a lot bigger. At first, I wasn't too big of a fan of the overall shape, especially the head. I think the head is a little bit too, it's not round enough. It's not pointed and rounded enough for me personally. I think it's a little bit too short. But honestly, I really don't care. I think it's amazing. I wish, though, that she came with alternate eyepieces because she's, just looking at WALL-E with, a very cute expression, which is pretty much, verbatim for Eve. But I wish that she, had a more neutral expression or pissed off expression. And I also wish they would have included her blaster arm here because, yeah, she doesn't have any of her blaster arm or anything like that. But I guess that Lego just wanted to make it a cute little thing instead of, making it completely accurate to the film, which I totally understand. But for me personally, I really would have liked to see, the blaster cannon and alternate eyepieces. But yeah, obviously it looks very, very nice. Very well done. You can see that she's just on a stand here because obviously she levitates. So you can't actually walk around. So yeah, you got this nice, really clear display stand here as well, which is blue. Very nice. Yet again, printed eyepieces and printed the plant symbol there. Very nice overall. Awesome. I really like how she looks. The arms can move. They can also retract into her body. If you just move the... it's kind of a little bit hard because... There you go. Hold on. There you go. And then, boom. You can just recontract her arms into her body. Very nice. So coming out here again. For articulation, she has a ball joint at the head. Can move up that far and down that far. And it can rotate 360 because it's on a ball joint. For the arms here, they can move up and down. They can retract. They can rotate 360. Very nice. Also, be careful, though, because if you look into the arm here, you got the little kind of the two little panel, not panel, but two stud piece that has the 2 studs with a little ball joint, and it is a square. So if you're rotating her, it has a chance not to make the arms contract because it will just, do that. So you kind of, and also if you rotate the arm, it's not going to rotate with it. So you kind of need to rotate it separately in order to contract it. Also, her little hands here are on a hinge joint, so they can move in and out. And the finger can also bend as well. Very nice. Put her back on her stand here. She can, in fact, put the plant in her chest. You just need to come over here, grab that off. It's a little bit more, kind of forcefully pulling it off than, pulling it to the side as in the film, or just, using what WALL-E has, which is the lift down motion. But yeah, she can in fact just put it in her chest. And boom, fits in perfectly. Lovely. Love that. You can hear a rattle in there. Very nice. Overall, this is a fantastic set, and I'm so glad that LEGO decided to finally make a actual official LEGO WALL-E set, and I couldn't have done it any other way. You get all of what you could ask for. You get Hal, you get Mo, you get the garbage cube, you get the plant, and you also get the much articulation with these, and also the compartments for each character here, besides Mo. But yeah, the chest opening for both of them, for, you know, the garbage cube or the plant to fit in, very nice. And the overall build process was also very fun to do. Unlike the Lego Pixar, the Luxo Junior, where there's a lot of Easter eggs that you had to go into the building process, which kind of extended the time of the build. There is no Easter eggs on this at all. It's just, you know, the characters and what they can do in the actual film, which is perfect. That's all I really needed. I do love the Easter eggs part in the Luxo Junior. I really do like all of that, trust me, but I just kind of felt like it was kind of a little bit more tedious to build it and over again, and doing it simultaneously, and you guys just kind of wanted to finish the build itself. But overall, these guys here are fantastic build. It only took me about like an hour to build all three. And yeah, it's really nice. I really like how all these guys look. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do because you know what time it is. So, bye, guys.